Hello, everyone. It's now time. It's now time to deliver the European Security Studies Best Paper Prize. We are really thrilled to announce our brand new partnership with the Journal of Strategic Studies, which is a key journal in our field. So from now on, basically, this means that the Journal of Strategic Studies and the European Initiative for Security Studies will jointly deliver the European Security Studies Best Paper Prize. So as you know, the Best Paper Prize is really intended to promote academic excellence and above all to promote and nurture a new generation of young scholars in the field of international security. We created the prize back in 2022, and it's now the first time we deliver it with JSS, the Journal of Strategic Studies, so this is really fantastic. And also, I should stress that the Journal of Strategic Studies co-sponsors the most important part of the conference, which is the cocktail. And so I'm really grateful to the Journal of Strategic Studies, in particular to Chiara and Libiseller, who's the deputy editor of the Journal of Strategic Studies. I'd like also to thank Joe Maiolo and Thomas Mankin. And then I also like to thank the people who worked within the EISS to evaluate all the papers we received. And that's Sherko Mashova, Marco Weiss, Elisa Görge, and Silvia D'Amato. So thanks so much for your work on that. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Hugo. So as representing sort of JSS, I also want to express our excitement about this cooperation, about adding a small thing to making this conference a success. Hugo already stole my joke about the cocktails being the most important thing of the conference. And we're especially excited to contribute to supporting the future generation, the next generation, especially since I think I personally, and if anyone has seen my paper presentation together with Isabel, to me it's very important to support fresh ideas for strategic studies. So I'm very excited that we have this cooperation and this prize. The prize will be €1,000 and assisted submission process to JSS. So we will pick a senior scholar, a member of our editorial board who works in the area of the paper, who will help the prize winners finalize their draft, submit, deal with the peer review process, which not always is that much fun. And then hopefully this will lead to an excellent paper that will be published in our journal.
Thank you. I could go on and put more suspense, but I think we'll go right to it. I just wanted one point that made is Marco was the chair of the selection committee, said it was very competitive, and but there was a clear winner at the end, but all the papers were very solid. But the paper, and I haven't read the paper, so I'll just say the title, but hopefully the winners, it was mentioned, could summarize maybe quickly. The elevator pitch was mentioned earlier today, so maybe we can do it in 30 seconds. But congrats, and I hope they're in the room, but we should all congratulate Samuel Seitz and Elliot Jean for their paper on
Okay. You are the lead author. Okay. Inter-alliance security dilemmas, Korean counterforce systems, and their effect on the Sino-American nuclear competition.
and then you can all vote for you.
Right, okay. Very much. Thank you.
I think they'll tell you all about it during cocktails.
You can ask them during the cocktail reception about it. All right. We know that we're the only thing standing now between you and the cocktail reception, so we will try to keep it short. I'm going to try to say everything we need to say, and if I don't, Hugo is there to pick up. So I want to thank everybody, and I'm just going to repeat things that Hugo said yesterday morning. Thank everybody for all your participation in this great conference. This includes obviously Charles University and their great team that was a very generous and supportive host. I think we're really, it was all great, and I think one of the, I would say, but I haven't been to all the EISS, but I said one of the best conference I had attended. And also a special thanks to, within the Charles University team, to Vitek, you guys saw yesterday, but unfortunately couldn't make it today. And Jakub and his support team that really helped us organize this conference. We had a few technical difficulties, but immediately always resolved, etc. I want to thank the EISS team, especially John, Eugenio, Arthur, helped us remotely in some of those Zoom logistics, and obviously also Eva, our intern, also has greatly helped us over the past few days. I want to thank also because these were also helped a lot during the organization and the run-up to the conference is the EISS conference work group that includes Flavia, Gaspari, Sharka, Osa, Elisa, Gorge, Silvia D'Amato, and Marco Vis. And I would be remiss if I also didn't thank, and I think we should really thank them because they are also a big part of the organization of the conference, the selection of papers for the panels and the feedback you got on all your papers. This is the different chairs of the panels. So I would like, please thank those chairs. I don't see Richard, but I also obviously want to thank the keynote speaker, which a lot of stimulating things that were mentioned yesterday about interdisciplinary discussions about the future of security studies, but also the roundtable participants. I think there's also a lot that we could get, including the last one, for the future of the EISS discussions. The challenge, a lot of the challenge in the field. Just a small technical note. Following the conference, you will get a link to a survey. Please take the time because we were roundtable discussions, which I think brought up a lot of things. We could maybe consult everybody, but any input that you can have about comments about what we could improve for the conference on some of the issues we just mentioned or others, please share with us. You can also share what you felt was positive, but also we take also constructive comments to improve the EISS conference in the future. Now the conference is not completely over, as we already mentioned. There's a reception which is coming up, co-sponsored by our partners at Journal of Strategic Studies. And after that, I'm sure there's still things that will also follow up the cocktail reception, and our social event work group chair, Nicolas, will probably have some announcements to make about other social events that will follow up all the way to Saturday morning, I'm pretty sure. So thank you everybody again for this great conference, and
thank you.
No,
Nicolas.
Right, so I don't have much to add. There's one thing I wanted to add is, again, thanks to Nicolas because he has done an amazing work. So please thank him again because so two quick takeaways, then we can run to the cocktail. The first one is that I'm really impressed, and I say this, I think I've been saying this in the past years, but every year it's more true, that over time, really the level that I see at the conference goes up. And every year, the quality of the conference goes up. So I'm really impressed by what I see. And above all, I really want to convey the message to the PhD students and to the early career academics in the room and all those that were at the conference. It is really impressive what you're doing. And so, I mean, when we hear and see and read what you do, really, I mean, the main idea is that the future of security studies is in good hands. And so I would really want to congratulate you because it's very impressive. And the second takeaway, or the takeaway from the last roundtable on diversity, equality, and inclusion, that was a terrific roundtable. So I want to thank Sharka, all the speakers, and also the comments from the audience who were really, really useful. Because what I can say on the matter is that our internal assessment at EISS is that we are far, 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 far from where we want to be. It's as if we have a principal goal, but then what we managed to achieve is here. And so the concrete suggestions that I heard in the roundtable were really useful. This is what I wrote down. So if I forgot something, I mean, you can get back to us during the cocktail, because this is really useful, because this basically very concretely goes in the to-do list for the next conference. The challenge we face in this endeavor are really very practical. So all the practical advice is I think, the most useful. So one, it was the suggestion to collect data on the gender distribution in submissions, attendance, speakers, maybe also socioeconomic profile, obviously respecting privacy laws and the privacy of the participants. But I think this would be a very useful way to monitor how we're doing and areas where we really need to focus and do better, and also see the evolution of the time. The mentorship was mentioned. And that's a great idea. And this is linked to the third proposal, which is a working group on this specific issue within the board. And this is something we're going to do. And I think the mentorship could be linked to this working group. Importantly, as Sharka mentioned, we will broaden the team. So as you know, we have closed panels and open panels. So you submit the open panels and we have themes for the closed panels. But what is emerging is that the topics and the themes of the closed panel are too restrictive, and we should broaden them so as to allow for more diversity, inclusion, and equality. And that includes, among others, human security and women and peace security. Any other suggestion is welcome. And then there was the question of the pledge to ensure diversity, equality, and inclusion. So you will see that we have such a pledge, which is in the call for papers and in our internal communication with chairs. But what is true is that it's not on our website. So we will put it on our website so as to make it as visible as possible. And the last suggestion I wrote down is, yes, and that was very good advice, is to promote diversity, equality, and inclusion, not only at this annual conference, meaning the annual conference of EISS, but all the initiatives of EISS, which includes our summer school, Euroswamos, the policy workshop. So that will be a good venue to sort of even convey the message to policymakers that this is a hugely important topic. So I think that was a great suggestion. I hope I haven't missed anything.